I was on surgery for 10 hours.
Okay.
My family was told that I was going to be in surgery for 2-3 hours because they only knew the good news.
Yeah.
So they're like, what's going on in the waiting room? Like,
why is it taking so long? Yeah.
Why is it taking so long? Of course, my wife, there was no time to call anybody. All my family lives in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 brothers who live here. One lives in Houston. The other one lives in Rockport. And she called them. And of course, they called my family in Mexico. So everybody's flying here or driving here. But no one is there with my wife. Guess who's there with my wife?
Who?
Some of my brothers from Acts with their wives. Sitting with my family, praying with my family. This is in the middle of the night. I went into surgery at 5 p.m. All of a sudden, people start showing at the waiting room. And my wife is like, what are you doing here? And we just came here to pray. They're praying there with my kids and with her. They're like extremely worried. What happened?
Yeah.
Somewhere around 3 a.m, doctor comes out and tell my wife everything.
Because at this point she had no idea what was going on.
No. He tells her everything. He said somehow everything worked out.
Wow.
He had a big mass inside. We reconstruct his aorta. He has now a mechanical valve. I did fix 2 other arteries. That's why he couldn't walk, because there were 2 flat arteries on downside. And but now they're closing him, and now let's see what happens. Let's see if it works. We don't know what's going to happen.
Wow.
But I feel, he said, but I feel he said positive, or I feel confident, something like that he said. And my wife just grabbed a single word and said, okay, we're positive, we're confident. Everybody's praying the rosary. Back to back, praying the rosary at the waiting room. They take me to ICU at 5:30 a.m. Of course, I don't know anything, obviously. And at that moment, there's another problem with me. I need to have a transfusion, and apparently they couldn't find my blood. They put some other blood, and there was a problem right there.
Oh no, they gave you the wrong blood type?
So probably another blood type that they thought was going to be compatible or something.
Okay.
And it did, but at the beginning it was a problem. And all this horrible scene, like in the movies, that doctors and nurses running into the room.
Yes.
It's in front of Nancy.
Oh no, she saw the whole thing.
By herself, right there, looking at all of this. She tells me a beautiful story that she sat and she was with this indescribable calm because she felt that the Virgin Mary was on one side and another saint that is called Conchita. There's a beata in Mexico.
Okay.
She was on the other side of her. And she was praying rosary back to back, back to back, back to back.
And she felt their presence.
Yeah. So I reacted. I got stabilized, and everything was fine. Later, they said that I was going to. Didn't know when I was going to wake up. Right. I woke up at noon
that day. Wow. And they thought that it was going to be a week or so.
They didn't know. They probably a week or 2 weeks or whatever. So at noon, I opened my eyes. The first thing I saw was Tony and my wife Nancy, and they're both laughing. And I'm thinking, what they could possibly be laughing about? And they were laughing later, they told me, because obviously they were told that I was going to wake up in 2 weeks.
Yes.
And I was going to need therapy to move. And,
yes.
And I'm 6'2". I was kicking the bed because I didn't fit well in the bed.
Uh-huh.
So I started kicking the bed hard, and then I woke up.
Oh, so they could feel you waking up because you were kicking the bed.
Yes. So that's why they were laughing of happiness, saying, this is a beautiful miracle. So I woke up, and I wanted it to start, start giving commands or orders to my kids and saying, hey, what are you doing here? Or this and that, or hand me this. But I couldn't because I had the tube.
Down your throat.
Yes. So it was impossible to talk, obviously. So being me, I request a paper and a pen, and I start writing.
Okay.
I start writing, I want this, and what are these people doing here, and this and that. And so it was a beautiful experience, waking up, being able to do everything. And now that was the way back, right? Way back from that opportunity, that blessing that God gave me. Said, okay, I am going to give you another chance. This is me thinking. Okay, I'm gonna give you another chance, but you're gonna have to do your part now.
Okay.
This is not easy. This is not like, I'm going to touch it with something and it's given. Mm-hmm. You're going to have to do your part. You're going to have to trust me. See, I gave you your life back. You're going to have to trust me. And it's going to be tough, the recuperation from this. Mm-hmm. But I did build you in a certain way, physically and mentally. Mm-hmm. You can do this. You can do this by my hand. But you're gonna have to do your part. So I'm telling you that it was pretty tough.
How long was the recovery till you felt normal?
A year probably, or 8 months. I spent 2 weeks in ICU. One week in ICU and the other week in a normal room, I guess, or a few days in a normal room.
Okay.
Then I went home, and I remember coming home, going to my bathroom, looking at myself in the mirror, and I start crying. I'm like, what happened to me? I lost like 40 pounds. And
it looked like more than that when I saw you, I'll tell you that.
It was terrible. And of course, I had a open chest, never been in a surgery. You need assistance for everything. And so it's a big challenge, but I knew, with the conviction that he gave me, I'm like, okay, I know now I know why I was raised the way I was raised. Now I know why I was built the way I was built. So now is my time to do my part, right? What am I going to do with this blessing? I am going to fight for it. 3 months later, I'm singing at the retreat, Acts retreat. I'm singing with you at the Acts retreat 3 months later after my surgery.
And this is one of the other retreats after the one that we went on.
That's the second. The following year. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So why I did this? Well, first of all, we were working on the music ministry. We were working towards this retreat, and then this happened to me. And beautifully, I was told that everybody knows that I love that song, "Lord, I Need You."
Yes.
Everybody knows that I sing it like I am in front of him when I'm singing it.
Yes.
And so beautifully, the music group, the music ministry, they decided to pick this song as the theme song of that retreat, knowing that I'm in the hospital. And I didn't know any of this. To me, it was so beautiful and a great motivation. that I said, I have to serve. This is the part that I'm saying, I gotta do my part.
And you're only 3 months into your recovery.
Yes.
And you said it was a year before you actually felt normal.
Yes. So during the surgery, up to those 3 months, it was a rain of blessings coming from all the parishioners from St. Faustina, all my brothers and sisters from my music ministry, bringing food, sending notes, going to the hospital. You were at the hospital with your wife and with the group, with the music group. It was beautiful. All my brothers and sisters from Acts, all my brothers and sisters from the healing ministry. It was just amazing feeling the hug of all that community saying, don't worry, Antonio, let's go. Do your part.
Yeah.
We'll take care of you. It's beautiful, fantastic, amazing. So I go to the retreat looking probably like a dead person, and everybody's telling me what happened to you. People that didn't know. And this is, I think you remember, I couldn't even talk clearly. My voice, it was because of the tube. You got your voice, your cord get affected.
It takes a while before it can recover. Yeah.
Correct. So again, another blessing. Right at the retreat, my voice comes back.
Wow.
I start singing.
Wow.
Started singing like the day before the surgery. It was beautiful, a beautiful manifestation